Good afternoon.
Doing great, Tim. Looking forward to this race here, and going to be a lot of excitement going on here tonight.
Oh man, I'm telling you what, my hair's standing up on the back of my head there, John.
If I had any hair on my head, it'd probably be standing too. But I usually shave it all off here. But I love short track racing, especially on these high banks at Bristol. We'll see a lot of beating and banging here. I hope we see a lot of patience too. But they'll definitely turn the wick up here at the end.
Well, it will pertain of patience tonight, John, and I tell you what, brother, you know as well, well as I do on Bristol there, you cannot get around that apron.
Oh yeah, it'll make you want to turn around real fast there. But the biggest thing is getting on and off a pit road here. You got to be real careful. These guys have to do it under green flag conditions. It's going to be tough on them. I kind of suspect it'll mainly be under caution. Hopefully not, but that's the tricky part right there, is being able to get on and off pit road without any problems.
Well, I'm telling you, it's about, I think it's about time to grid up here, just about it. I'm on to, hang on just a minute.
Yeah, we're coming to 18 minutes. We got 2 minutes before they grid.
That's right. I'm taking me a drink of coffee here.
John, Tim, how are you guys up in the booth tonight?
We're doing great. We're getting ready for this race here. Watch these guys put on a heck of a show. Coming down, towards the end of this season, these points matter, so this is going to be an important race for a lot of these guys.
Absolutely. Tonight here at Bristol Motor Speedway, these guys are going to be battling it out lap after lap, and probably going to see a few cautions fly in the air tonight. We may see some tempers flare, probably be putting out some fires after the end of the race, but I tell you, expecting to see a lot of guys going at it. I've already heard some of the guys in the room talking about how they're a little bit nervous right now, John, as far as being right there on that bubble to make it into the chase. And wanted to take a few moments here, Tim, and let you know that Hunter McDaniel is ready to come up and explain to our viewers out there about the chase and how it's going to be working this season for the K&N Series, since this is the first season of implementing the chase into our K&N Series.
I heard that. I didn't know that, and John didn't either, did you, John?
I can't remember. I thought we were doing straight up points, but hey, the chase is good too. So.
Hey,
all right.
You tell him, man, he ain't the only one that got butterflies in his stomach tonight.
I tell you what, Tim, I brought Hunter McDaniel, the main admin over the K&N Series, up in the booth tonight. Hunter McDaniel, it's been a heck of a season so far. Here we are on the bubble tonight for one of the last races before we see who's going to make it into that chase. If you want to tell the viewers a little bit about what you're doing differently this season.
Oh, without a doubt, Rick, and you said it best. It's down to the nitty-gritty. We have 12 drivers. That's 12 drivers that make it into the chase this year. This is the first chase that the K&N Series is running this season. Wins do not get you into the chase. That does mean that consistency will trump wins. So we have a couple drivers that are right on the bubble. Got Adam Novak, John Gonzalez, and Doug Blackman all sitting around 15 points right outside of that 12th place position. Excuse me, Adam Novak is in. You've got John Gonzalez, Doug Blackman, and Davey Hendricks all sitting of around 15 points out on the outside looking in. So anything could happen, especially a track like Bristol. One turn can make the difference. That could put someone right inside that chase and take someone out. So be on the lookout for these drivers to be racing hard late in this race, trying to get as many positions as possible. It's down to 12 drivers to get into this chase.
Well, Hunter, I appreciate that, man. I tell you, I didn't know it, but we know it now. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard it from the main admin. Hunter McDaniel just let y'all know we are going to have a chase.
I'll tell you what. Tell you what, Hunter, I know you're going to be a busy guy tonight. You and Dakota Craig taking over the booth tonight for the K&N Series. And we appreciate you talking to the fans out there, letting them know. Anybody out there that you want to say a special hey to or so forth, now's the time to do it, because I know your fingers are about to get real busy tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Should be a fun race. I just want to say thank you to everyone checking in. I know these drivers, all they talk about is how much they appreciate everybody watching, so I want to give a quick shout out to just everyone out there watching. I know 9 o'clock Eastern time on Monday nights can be a little hard to do, and these drivers definitely appreciate everyone checking in, and it definitely pumps them up every single week to see everyone out there.
Absolutely. Well, we'll let you get back to work, Hunter, and thank you for spending a few moments with us.
Oh, thank you, Rick. Good luck.
All right. Well, I tell you what, the fans out there, I'm Rick Donovan. I just want to say hey and thank you all for being here tonight. Pat T, I see her here all the time. Thank you so much for being here. Jacob Sholifo, not sure if I got that right, John Wimbish, but you probably know that name. Old number 7, Roy Crocker, Bubba Duke, and the Dirty Bubble. And I know there's more out there that I hadn't said anything to, but Tim, John, I think we're going to see one heck of a race tonight.
Oh, I believe we are, Rick. We're getting ready to go here. We are pacing lap now. We're going to have a good race. We're going to see a good race.
Fantastic. Well, let's make sure that we're live. And, guys, good luck to you tonight. And, Mr. Wimbish, we really appreciate you being up in the booth and joining Tim here tonight. And, I know you're going to have a good time up here.
Yeah, it's no problem. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy being a part of this league here. So looking forward to it, and I appreciate y'all letting me do it.
Absolutely. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you, Rick. Okay, John, give us the first 5 rundown there, buddy.
We got Nicholas Roman on pole, Edward Morris, second, Cody Fabianic, third, Andrew Mraz, fourth, and Jerry Glenn will be fifth.
That's a good deal. Appreciate it, man. We're getting ready to go to racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Y'all buckle up. We're going to have a good start here, John. Everything's looking good here. I'll get over to the chat in just a few minutes. Right now, I got to get this race going.
Green, green, green.
Pace car is off.
That's right.
See the 3 staking it down on the bottom there, holding that position. He get a little crossover move by the 7, and he got the 21 on the outside of him.
Yes, he does. I'm telling you what, they already starting to mix it up, ain't they, John?
Oh, yeah, they're going to, because you want to stay up front right now. And we know that the longer you stay green, you're going to catch these guys in the back, but the best way to stay out of trouble is to be the guys up front.
You got that right. Andrew Mraz there just took over second place, and he's going down underneath Nicholas Borman there. He's going to try to get that away from Nicholas there.
Yeah, he tried really hard right there, overdrove that turn, had to sit back here, and he's got to be patient. Just bide some time here. Maybe just ride behind Vroman for just a little bit, and don't wear your stuff out just yet.
That's right. Edward Morris, him and Nicholas runs together a lot, and Andrew and Mraz there too. We got Cody Fabiak coming up in 4th place there, John.
Yeah, Cody Fabianic, he's right there. Jerry Glenn, John Gonzalez in 6th. Darren Clements. So right now up front, we got a bunch of good guys here. Nicholas Roman definitely, wants to have a good run here tonight, get some good points out of here.
Yes, we do. We got John Gonzalez and Jerry Glenn right here together, and buddy, I tell you what, they already starting to mix it up there, and Clements is in that mix there too, John.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, everybody's kind of single file right here, just trying to shake the cars down and see what they got. But I think as the run goes on here and they start catching some of these lap cars, they start putting them a lap down. We'll see some guys make some moves here.
Oh, yeah. We already catching them lap cars there. It don't take long at Bristol Motor Speedway to catch up them lap cars, I'm telling you.
No.
It don't take long.
No, not at 14.5-second laps right here. It doesn't take long at all. Oh, 21 gets out of shape right there and has a 7 rear end him.
Boy, that was close. Boy, he knocked a big old dent in that back, didn't he?
He sure did right there, and that's going to be bad for him if that hurts the 21 at all, because there are no fast fixes here.
Man, I'm telling you what, Sim did get into him. I wonder if he got any damage on the front end of his.
The 7 actually looks pretty clean for the 21 to look as rough as it does.
Wow, I was thinking there should have been some damage on the front of that number 7 of Edward Morris there, but hey, maybe he hit him at the right time or the right side.
Yeah, he's just got a little damage up there, right below the right front. Well, the headlight's what I'm trying to say. The right side headlight, just a little damage here, but it's nowhere near as bad as that 21.
Boy, I'm telling you, it don't look like it's hurting him too bad, because he caught up with the leader, Nicholas Borman there.
Yeah, he'll be okay. The good thing is, aerodynamics doesn't play that big of a factor here. The biggest thing is you don't want to bash in that, where your engine's at in the radiator, because you'll get engine damage. You get a guy in the rear end, it may not hurt him at all, but you got to take care of the front end. And the 7 is getting out of shape. He's loose and spinning.
It did hurt him, didn't it? Oh, yeah, he's going backwards fast.
Yeah, and we still do not have a caution out as he spun down below onto the apron. Here come the leaders to put him a lap down.
I heard that. It didn't take long, did it?
No, sir. He did the right thing, though, keeping it down off the track, letting everybody go by and then trying to come out safely again. Good news for him, we're on lap 13 of 201, so we got a long way to go. He can make that up.
You reckon he had front end damage there, John?
He's definitely got front end damage there, but you can actually get these things out of shape if you go in there and overdrive it. You give it too much throttle or whatever, and maybe you got too much rear brake in it or whatever, but you can get them out of shape here. It does happen. As we got another one, the 59's going around.
Oh, but doggone.
Oh, he comes back up the track, and he hits the 7, who just had some bad luck here.
Who was that?
The 59.
All right, Chris Gillen.
Yeah. Caution is out for this one.
We're going to go back and look at that one there, John. Oh, yeah, he got sideways on his own right there, and he collected up to 7. Man, he tore up 94. He collected a lot of them.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm pretty surprised by what I'm seeing with these guys getting that sideways. I don't know if the tires are wearing that bad or if they're just pushing it too hard, but, I mean, the temperature 76 degrees Fahrenheit, track temp 81, and should be pretty gripped up track out there. It'll be interesting to see what some of these guys have to say.
I don't understand why they are too, because they ain't got that many laps on them tires. They didn't have but 10 laps.
The caution came out on 15.
Okay, I see it up there now. That's not a whole lot of laps here at Bristol there for it to lose it.
No, it's absolutely not. It's kind of odd to see.
Well, so far we got a good one there, John.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting that, we get longer run in here and see what these guys' tires do and, see what's causing these guys to get bent out of shape. We saw 2 of them do it there back-to-back, one lap after the other, so I have to watch some of these other guys and see if they get out of shape or not, or maybe they're just pushing it too hard.
Yeah, this is something new for them guys tonight. What Hunter McDaniel said there, the chase. Man, I tell you what, we hadn't been having no chase there in the K&M series.
No, they usually just do, straight up points, and that's why I was thinking it was going to be that way. But if you look at the website, it tells you it's going to be a chase. So I just wasn't paying attention really. But it makes it a little bit more interesting for these guys, and it puts a little bit more pressure on you. And the thing about Extreme is we're trying to build a league that everybody can progress and you get better. So you start here in the K&N, then you go to Trucks Xfinity, and then you go to Cup, and we do that. And the way you can get better is to race around better people, have better competition, and be put in pressure situations, and that's exactly what the chase is. And it'll help all these guys.
That's right, John. Have you heard anything else about the Cup Series?
I know that we're we're still going to run it. We're doing races, fun runs and whatnot on Wednesdays. The only way you make it to the Cup Series is you've got to be promoted from within the league, which I like. So we're trying to get our numbers up and do all that. But as far as the days and when they're going to run them and all that, I'm not real sure. Rick's the go-to guy for all that stuff. I just know we're going to do it, and we're going to have fun.
Oh, man, I'm telling you what, I can't wait. We're going to do it within the house, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the only way you get to the Cup so far. As long as our numbers are good, which they should be, we got a great league of guys here, and get the numbers up, have some guys show up, and we'll be set to go. And I'm looking forward to getting back in the Cup car here in Extreme. It's always been very competitive, and if the Xfinity Series is anything to look at, Our Xfinity Series has been really super competitive this season, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, yes, I am too, John. You want to carry us to the green, John?
Yeah, sure can. All right now we got the 21 Andrew Perez and Nick Vroman on that front row. Pace car's off, and here they go. 21 gets a start. 3 doesn't really get the start he wants, and the 13's underneath him here. As they're 2x2, 3-4 rows behind.
Yeah, Fabiak has not been running up front that much there.
Nope, he's getting his time right now as he just cut the 3 off and took that spot away. And the 13's running right where you want to run in that mid to high line right there. Keep your momentum up coming off of these turns here.
Yeah, you got to stay off that turn there. You got to stay off the apron. If you don't, you'll turn around in a hurry. I want to say good evening to everybody on the live chat there. Good evening, Pat, Bubba, all y'all. And John, we want to say hello to Sim Speed Shop there. We appreciate them coming on sponsoring our races there, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't do anything without these sponsors and the people watching. So it's nice that you guys at OSR Network, have sponsors that come on as you always do. You and Tim and Joe, both of y'all do a terrific job and do a lot for these leagues, and I know everybody appreciates it. And we got the 8 car up in the wall.
Uh-oh, that ain't good.
He keeps going.
And I'll tell you what there, John, Sim Speed Shop has everything that anybody wants in iRacing.
Oh, we got another one around. It's a 27. DJ Miranda, he got loose coming off.
Oh, DJ, huh?
Yeah, there's no caution. He's still out there.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. He didn't. He coming back on the track.
Wow, that's another one doing the same thing in the same spot.
Well, our leader just passed Dylan Miranda there, put him a lap down.
Yeah, Andrew Perez right now, he is taking off and leaving these guys behind. He turned a 14.727, and Nick Vroman turned a 14.837. So right now, Andrew Perez is laying down some good times.
It don't look like that dent back there hurt him there too much there, John. I'm telling you, I thought it would hurt him.
I may have gave a little bit more downforce. They get through these turns a little bit faster. Sometimes getting rear-ended kind of helps you out. That hurts the guy that hits you. So I think we saw that with the 7. He's got that front end damage, and that's not something you want here at Bristol because you need that front end to sit, and you need those tires to grip up for you.
I believe you're right there, John. I believe it's best to front end. We got a yellow flag there. See who it is. I can't see yet.
No, that's the 88.
The 88. Donnie Lee.
Drivers, we do ask that
So let's go back and see what happened to Donnie Lee.
if you're involved in the caution. That being said, thank you, 88, for your honesty. That caution was brought up by self-spin on the 88.
Yep, it's 88. There's a self-spin there. He was blinking in and out, so you may not catch it there because I barely saw it on the replay on my end.
I'll tell you what, he was spinning before he got in the turn there, John.
Yeah, it looked like he had some connection issues. That may have had something to do with it.
That could have been, though. He got a vent in the back of his now.
Yeah, it'll be all right. We still got a long way to go. We're on lap 30 of, we got 201. I don't know where the extra lap comes in because 200's not quite enough. We're going to make you do 201.
For real. We got a new leader there. We're going to have them come in this time, I wonder.
Yeah, everybody's made some pit stops here. And let's see, the 21, he's on pit road with the 13. So, yeah, they're all coming down. Everybody's going to put tires on this thing. And, it's kind of shocking to me. We've seen some guys that are really good drivers that have lost the car. So that tells me that something's going on that maybe they just weren't prepared for, or maybe the track's in a different shape, different condition than what they practiced on. But it's very weird to see some of these guys spinning out.
Yes, it is. We got Darren Clements up there up front. Brandon Ketchum right behind him. Brandon's been running in mid-pack tonight there, John, and I'm surprised to see him up there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see Brandon up here. Brandon does a really good job. He's one of the guys here at Extreme. very patient driver, but he's caught some really bad breaks. But he's looking for a good finish tonight. I know he is. He's been putting in the time to practice and all that. I've talked to him some, and he's been leading the points, and he wants to keep out, up front, stay up front in those points. And the only way you can do it is to practice, and he's been putting the time in.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's a good driver. I know Brandon, he's a good man too. I tell you, John, he's been, during the season there, he's been laying back some, but he knows we're getting close to that chase. We're going to have to put this thing in gear.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the one thing I told him. I said, you can sit around and watch other guys go by you and feel however you want to feel about it, or you can get out there and practice the right way. And, he really listened, took that to heart. And, I'm kind of proof at Extreme that racing around better people and practicing will help you grow and be a better league driver. And when I started at Extreme, I was not very good at all. Didn't have a good I rating or anything. And now, I'm about a 3,600 I rating, which isn't superb, but it's good. And I do pretty well. So practice and being around better drivers will really help you. And Extreme's got, all of it right here for everybody. Anybody who wants to join, you're always welcome to. And it's a lot of competition over here.
I tell you what, I left mine at 1,200 there, John.
I'm one of those OCD people. I like to see the number constantly rise.
Well, I would have too if I'd still been racing, but I quit racing last year, and I'm full-time in the broadcast now. We got a green flag right here. Darren Clemens there jumped out front there, but he got the Brandon Ketchum up above there. We got Andrew Mraz there in second place coming up under him.
Hey, dude, Brandon's getting past right now by the 13 of Cody Fabianic. Now he's got the 55 of Davey Hendricks to deal with. So right now Brandon's got to find that groove up on that high side.
He's going to have to, because if he don't, they're going to pass him just like they're doing right now, John.
Yeah, right now that bottom. Oh, and the 3's around. He gets tapped by the 5 car, and the 42 gets into him.
Now we got another caution on the speedway, number 3. Boy, it don't take long to go to the back, does it? We got a replay here. I see that number 5 tapped him.
It just got in there a little bit, just a little accordion effect there. It looked like, maybe the 3 was just going to check up and let the 41 off the turn, and 5 wasn't expecting him to check up the way he did. 41 was up against the wall, so maybe Nick thought he was going to hit the wall, lifted to stay safe there, and just accordion effect 5 into the 3, and then the 42 into the 5.
That was accordion effect, that's for sure. We got a new leader, Andrew Mraz.
Andrew's been looking really good tonight, man. I like what he's doing. I think one thing that we learned there is if you're on tires, you can run that low line and it'll work out for you, but eventually you've got to go to the top side if you can get on a long green flag run.
Oh, yeah, it'll wear them tires out down there on that corner down there in the turns. If you ain't careful, you'll get out of shape.
Yeah, absolutely. That just makes me wonder what some of these guys may be running. You can mess with steering ratios and your brake bias and all kinds of things here, but where these guys, some of them are spinning and having issues is, from center off. So your brake bias wouldn't have much to do with that. So it's all about throttle control. So it'll be interesting to see, but it looks like over the run, like maybe your tires are only good for, maybe 5 to 7 laps on that bottom. And then that's when we've been seeing guys have trouble down there.
It's Bristol, baby.
Oh, I'm telling you what, like that guy just said, it's Bristol, baby.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Anything could happen. That's the one thing about racing here is, you love it or you hate it. And my philosophy with it is you may as well just embrace it because it's short track racing and, anything could happen. Just like super speedway, I'm not a big fan of it, but I learned to try to like it. So you got to get better at it and just understand when you start the race that you're already wrecked.
Oh, you got that right. I tell you what, now Bristol Motor Speedway is the shortest track there is.
Oh, absolutely it is. High bank turns here, they turn, 14-second lap times, and it's just unbelievable speed that they can carry around here. It was unbelievable to see when they put dirt on this thing and they put the World Outlaws out there, how fast they got around this track. They were turning so fast, and there's so much torque on the right rear tires when they put that dirt down. They were literally ripping the wheels off the hubs.
I seen the dirt series on this track before here. Man, I tell you what, it was awesome to watch there, John.
Oh yeah, he puts anybody on banking like this. It'd be fun to watch. So these guys aren't done yet. We've still got a long way to go here. But I'll tell you what, if that 21 can stay out of trouble, him and that 13 have been up front here so far the whole time. I look for them to stay up there, and they just got to watch out for some of these guys behind them that are hungry. They want to get up there and get them a win, and tonight's the night they can do it.
That's right. We got the pace car lights is off there, I believe. Let me see. Yep. Are they off? I can't see.
Yeah, they're off.
Okay. I'm watching Andrew Mraz on the bottom down there. He just got. All right, we got a green flag. Andrew Mraz up front there. Fitzpatrick come up and bumped him there a little bit, John.
Yeah, you just try to anticipate that start a little bit. No harm, no foul there. Everybody does it.
Yeah, he got to go. That's what he's saying.
He's just letting him know he was ready to go. That's all it is to it. But we got a big wreck on the front stretch here.
Uh-oh. That ain't good.
I think the 27 was involved.
Let's look in here and see if we can find them. That's Dylan Mirando again.
Oh, it looks like the 14 actually got loose coming off.
We're looking at the replay here. The 14 is, he got up there around Gonzalez. Oh, yeah. He didn't hit nobody, though. Not right there.
Yeah, they had an issue further down the track there.
I'll tell you what. They're spinning too much in that turn.
Yeah, they are for sure. You got to.
Guys, we're going to have to let up on them turns if y'all going to get anything done tonight, I'm telling you. Let's see what's going over here in the live chat.
Oh, the 44 gets up into the 29 going down the front stretch. And then that causes a big chain of events to happen right there. I had to go back and try to figure out what happened there.
Yep, we got them all coming into pit road there, John.
Yeah, I believe they're going to be hitting pit road as much as they can to keep tires on it.
Boy, don't you know it. I want to ask anybody out there in the chat, just does everything look okay? The sound okay? John, I know John sounds good.
Right.
Does everything look okay out there, Pat?
I thought we're supposed to go on pace speed around the corner.
Boy, it don't take long to get 49 laps in, does it?
No, if you could turn some green flag laps here, I mean, you click them off in no time, but keep having cautions and people getting roughed up, it makes for a long night, especially if you get too much damage. And right now, that 42, it's pretty tore up right here, but he's showing him sitting in the lead right where Brandon Ketchum behind him, William Martin third, Darren Clement fourth, Andrew Mraz in fifth. But Eric Driggins in that 42, he's got a lot of damage on the nose and the rear end of that car.
Yes, he did. I appreciate that, Pat and Jacob. Everything looks good, John.
Good, because I can't tell because I have a rift on, so I got my whole face covered. So I don't know how anything looks.
Oh, Lord. I seen you the other night on your little YouTube thing.
Oh, man.
Everything looks good and sounds good. That's what Pat said.
Yeah, whatever pit road speed is, you maintain
Thank you, Pat. We appreciate you and Jacob. Everybody on here.
I appreciate everybody. Unless you don't appreciate me, then I don't care.
Well, that's the way to be.
I'm not going to pull a Joe and say, hey, if you don't like it, hit the thumbs down button. I'm not saying that.
Well, I tell you what, I don't like that discrimination button. Oh, we got Brandon Ketchum right up under Eric Driggins there. Oh, Brandon got a bad dent in the back of his car too, John.
Yeah, so far a lot of people got some damage right now. Pace car is off, and here they go. Eric Driggins takes off with that lead. Brandon Ketchum second. The 37 car here coming up here, trying to take that spot away, looking on the inside.
Yeah, William Martin.
Yeah, William Martin. Got Darren Clement behind him.
I heard
Oh,
that.
we got another spin here.
Oh, Lord.
That's a 32 car.
32.
Checking up the back stretch, checking up the back stretch. Pace car's coming. Pace car's in turn 3.
Dylan Mirando. No, that's Darren Clement.
Yeah, it's Darren Clement in that 32. He got up in the wall a little bit, looked like, and just got a little tap by the 13.
Yeah, he did get a tap there for sure. I didn't mean to say Dylan there, y'all. I got the wrong one on there to start with. Yeah, he went up and got tapped. Well, we're gonna have to get this thing straightened out and get it going again.
It's so hard to avoid stuff like that at this track because you're going so fast, and that's the thing about Bristol is you've got to commit to every move you make. Once you go on corner entry, you've got to commit to that entry. You got to commit to your braking point, your accelerating point, everything. If you're going to run right behind the guy, you got to be ready for anything to happen. The problem is sometimes things happen so fast you can't react fast enough.
Well, most time, John, when you run right behind somebody, you need to be talking to them.
I guess some people like it. I don't like the people who talk to me while I'm driving.
I don't either. I don't like to talk to nobody while I'm racing. Don't want nobody to mess with me.
I don't mind it if we're at a bigger track, but the tracks like this, I just whatever happens, happens. Most people know if you get around me, I'm going to let you go if you're faster than me unless it's the end of the race, because I just don't ever like burning my stuff up unless I got to. But, tracks like this, some things are just hard to do, but it's one of those tracks you've got to stay committed, just like at a super speedway. Once you figure out where you're going, who you're following, what you're doing, you got to be committed to your move and the speed you want to carry. And somebody gets in the wall in front of you, you've got to be able to react fast enough. And you kind of have to give yourself a little bit of a distance, a cushion there with that guy, unless you know you're going to get around him. If you're going to sit there and ride, I like to give myself a little bit of a cushion in case something does happen. I've got that time to react.
That's right.
Follow your overhead.
Tommy Haynes said hello, everybody.
Oh, Tommy Haynes. That's my
buddy.
partner in crime right there.
That's right. Tommy, I got John up here, the captain up here with me tonight. What's happening to the 42 there, John?
Let's take a look and see.
He's stopping on the track. He might be waiting on the
Don't
pace
stop
car.
on track, driver. Keep moving, even if it's just at a slow pace.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Looks like he got some front end problem there.
Start to catch the field, 42. All right.
Okay, yeah, there's a mix-up right now on where the 42 is supposed to go.
Well,
The 42 is supposed to be in the lead.
Okay, hold up for the pace car. Hold up for the pace car.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Andrew Moran, Eric Driggins, I mean. Yeah, he's showing in first.
Everybody line up, 42. Start to
They
hold up
throwing
for the
another
pace car.
caution out.
They had to get this line up straight because that wouldn't be fair to make him go around to the back when he's supposed to be in the lead there. So iRacing has every once in a while little glitches, and Bristol's one of those tracks
I understand.
is one of these where little glitches like that will happen. Whether you're going down pit road, you come out in a certain place, sometimes it just doesn't time it right. And but they're going to fix it and make it right here. So everybody go where they're supposed to go.
Yeah, they'll get it straightened out. Now, he just put everybody a lap down when he went across the line then. They're going to have to straighten that out.
Well, what needs to happen, I believe, and we'll see when they cross the line here, I think the 42 needs to hold up and wait for the pace car.
Either that or he needs to come into pit road and wait.
I think I racing is
Let everybody pass. There comes the pace car right there now.
Okay, we should be all sorted out here.
Yeah, there we go. I think we'll be good to go now. So.
Wow. A mix up here at Bristol. Imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not tough enough as it is.
John, Pat said you and Tommy Haynes are two tough cookies.
Well, you know, we do all right.
I love watching you and Tommy run. Y'all do a good job.
Yeah, I enjoy it too, man. He's a good friend of mine, you know, lives right up the street, and we practice a lot together and do every daggone thing else together, go racing and stuff. And Tommy was busy this weekend at the Martinsville late model race. He was part of the track crew this weekend. He got to clean up all the mess that those guys made over there.
I heard that. You want to take us to green when that pace car
Yeah.
gets ready to go off?
Ken, we still got the lights on here. They'll probably be going off this time around.
I appreciate y'all, Tommy, out there. Plenty of practice, he said. That's right.
That's what it takes.
Tommy, practice makes perfect, brother. That's what I've always heard.
Yeah, the lights are still on, so we're still under caution here.
Got a long caution to get that straightened out. I heard you yelling.
We're still under caution here. We'll give a little rundown. We've got Eric Driggins first, Brandon Ketchum second, Angela Mraz third, Davey Hendricks fourth, John Gonzalez fifth, Nicholas Roman sixth, Dylan Mirando seventh, Michael Thwaites eighth, Jay Clarkson ninth, and Jason Edmiston. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm kind of redneck or whatever you want to call me. But anyway, he's in 10th. So we got Cody Fabianic running back here. He was running up front, so we'll see him come back through in that 13 and see if some of these other boys back here, people like Jerry Glenn and Adam Novak, some of them want to be running up front here, see what these guys do coming through the field. But I want to see what happens again. We've got all these guys that are spinning coming off the bottom after they put a couple laps on these tires, and that is just so strange to me. I've never felt that here in this car. It's really something you only feel maybe in the Cup car or the Xfinity car if the track is good and slick.
It does get slick though, but I tell you what, buddy, iRacing just ain't gonna let them go yet, is it? Oh,
he's lights are off this time. Yeah,
yeah, boy, it's about time, man.
All right, drivers, let's have some.
Yeah, I was starting to wonder. It was going to be a mighty long race under caution.
Not turned out well so far. I know it doesn't keep.
All right, this is where you got to be careful. If you're on that second row, you got to don't anticipate too much and jump that start and rear end the guy like we saw earlier. So just got to be patient and go when that guy in front of you goes. Pace car will be ducking off. Eric Driggins going to be leading him to the line here, and Eric takes off.
Green flag.
Mraz is right behind him, and Brandon Ketchum's up there at the wall.
That line ain't come in up there at the wall yet, John.
Yeah, not when you're on brand new tires. We saw Brandon trying that earlier, and he got passed by 3 guys within a lap and a half, 2 laps. So 21's up in the wall, slams it, pancakes it, but he keeps it going right here. So good job on Mraz's part to keep that thing going. Now Ketchum's coming around. Now he's got the 55 to deal with.
Yep, 55's coming up on him now.
Yeah, that's Davey Hendricks in the 55 there. Still trying to work on him. Now that 8's got the 27 of Dylan Mirando up underneath him. So that 8 of John Gonzalez right now fighting that outside line, trying to make that work.
It'll come in. It'll come in. They're just going to have to work it and be patient. It'll come in.
Yeah, the longer they go on these tires here, the more that high line's going to come in for them. The trick is you got to drive that thing as straight off the corner as you can, not overuse your wheel. And the 27 gets loose again, gets up in the wall.
Boy, he's having a bad night, ain't he?
He's having a rough time so far tonight. Looked like that time it was on an entry through center there. He just got a little sideways, but put it up in the wall and was able to catch it here. But if he keeps on, he's going to have so much damage, and he probably does right now. That right front, probably the toe's knocked out of it now. It's not going to drive the way he wants it to, so it's going to make it rough on him.
Back end of it tore up, that's for sure.
Yeah, he really went in there leading with the right front, so that's what I'm more concerned about is when you hit the wall, you know, if you pancake it or you slap it with the right front first, it really, really hurts how the car drives after that.
It does. Well, we see Eric Driggins there. He's punching for second place around Brandon Ketchum, but he just can't get it to stick.
Yeah, right now Brandon's and we got a caution out.
Yeah, we do.
I believe that's going to be for the 12 car.
Pace cars in turn
As
3.
I see him going down the apron smoking.
Yep, that's Michael Twaits. Let's see what happened to him there, John. Oh, he got high up there. Let's see.
All right, drivers, after further review,
Oh, yeah, he lost it on the stretch there, John. That's unusual.
Yeah, he did. He was just coming off it on the high end right there, and that's where you've got to play with your throttle input and your steering. You can't have too much of, you know, one over the other. And right there, basically what he was doing, he was just full throttling it and cranking that wheel far left. And when you do that, that's going to bring it around. And you can tell that because of the way he spins, you know, so viciously towards that inside wall and as fast as he did there. You've got to try to drive that thing off as straight as you can. If you got to let out, then you're just going to have to let out. But you got to hope you don't get ran over from behind.
It's unusual to see him spin on the straightaway, though. But like you said, he did. He had it. He punched it too quick and had it turn. He was getting ready for the turn one.
Yeah, he was just trying to keep digging there, and it would have been a little bit better to just maybe, you know, back it down just a little bit. No, you're going to miss the exit of that turn and do it better the next time. And that's just all about your, you know, your throttle point here. You got a braking point when you go in, you let it roll, and you get back in the throttle. And sometimes you can hammer it. Sometimes you want to give it 50% or 70%, and then on exit, then you want to hammer it. But only when you know you can drive that thing straight off and let it glide up to the wall, not having to drive it off with your elbows up like that.
Yeah, you gotta really feather that foot feed when you get like that, John. If you don't, you're gonna get out of control.
Yeah, it definitely takes a little bit of both, you know, steering input and your throttle and everything to get the car to drive the way you want it to. But I understand here, you know, you just kind of get in a rhythm of hitting your lines and hitting things, and you got guys coming up on you, and you're like, okay, I'm too slow, so I got to dig harder. And, you know, so much goes on here in such a short amount of time that it can really mess with you. And what you need to focus on is this is still a racetrack. You've got to race the track and understand what your car is going to do. Let these guys that want to push and these guys that want to be faster than you, or maybe they're overdriving, just let them go. Let them overdrive and whatever they want to do. And you race the track, and then you'll always come out on top, or you'll get a good finish out of it, that's what you need when you're points racing.
Exactly. You got to race the track. Like you said, John, let them do what they want to. You race the track, and you will come out at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say, you know, I'm not a mathematician or anything, but let's just say 75 to 80% of the time, if you conduct your racing that way, you're going to do better than you thought you would, or you're going to let somebody go, they're going to end up taking themselves out or overdriving it and tear the tires up, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, you just save your tires, and at the end there, you'll be there.
Absolutely. But lights are off.
There's that screen, Bubba.
Pace cars down, ducking on pit road. 42 Eric Driggins takes off. Andrew Mraz on that bottom side coming with him, and the 32 Darren Clement on the outside here with the 55 and Davey Hendricks behind him.
Yeah, Darren's right back up there in third place now.
Yeah, it turned out all right after that spin he had, so not too much damage for him. I think he'll be all right.
That's right. Davey Hendricks and Nicholas Woolman right there duking it out. We got 21 of Eric Driggins there.
Yeah, battle for the leader. Oh, the 21 comes a pinches there. Driggins at that 42, just a little bit side by side now as the 21 Mraz on the bottom. He's going to get the drive off right there. Driggins had the lift coming off because he was going to push.
He's going to try to put the crossover on him, but that didn't work.
No, it wasn't going to. We've seen those guys that run that high line there, the mid to high line. If they get into it to the wrong spot and they don't turn it right, it's going to push like crazy coming up. Now, Driggins has the 32 to deal with.
Yep, 32. Darren Clements is right there under him now. He's going to have to deal with him there in short.
And the 32 lost the rear in there, it looked like a little bit. Now the 55 is coming up on him, and we are under caution again.
Lord.
That's going to be the 14 again.
Oh, no. He's having a hard time tonight, ain't he?
He is, and I wish these guys would slow down because he's sitting in the track.
For real.
I wasn't laughing that the 14 was in trouble. What caught me is as soon as I got to him, somebody came through there just hauling the mail and just rammed him, and he's just sitting in the track.
Boy, he just lost it in that turn there, John. Oh, he got a dent, too, from that.
Yeah, that's another one, Ron. That bottom lane right there. It just spun that thing around. I'm telling you, something about that bottom side after a few laps, it's just not conducive for what these guys are trying to do. I think you only need to be down there if you've got to be or if you're trapped, but it looks like you've got to be very easy with the throttle. Basically, if you're on the bottom, you're going to have to concede that position and try to drive that thing off behind the guy, get back to the high side and try to make that up for him. So what'll make it interesting is if we get some long green flags in, then we'll see how that plays out. If these guys, are patient with each other, knowing that the high lane is the only place to be.
For real. We just seen that just then when Josh, Jose Strauss, or what, how do you say that? Yeah. He stayed on track. He should have got off track.
Well, he was trying to, because his car wasn't damaged that bad. He could have just kept going, but he tried to do the right thing and sit there, and then the guys weren't slowing down even though the caution was out. So that's part of it. Everybody trying to catch up to the field and catch the pace car, but you also got to know what is going on in front of you and where people are sitting. So that's part of the learning experience of this too, is learn how to deal with things and know when it's important to speed up and when you might need to take it easy. In a track like this, I'm always more cautious than I am worried about catching somebody else under caution.
Yep. All right, let's look over here. They're just going to have to be patient on this track, John. Bristol is a tedious track anyway, and you just got to be patient with it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's, easier said than done. I mean, it's really something you've got to teach yourself, and you got to practice it and know your points and know where you want to be, especially over the run, what the car is going to do. And that's why I say race the track, is you got to have that patience and that self-discipline to say, okay, this guy's pushing it. This is not the type of times. This is not the amount that I want to push my car, because I know how it's going to do over the long run. And that's why practice, is so important. If you're running for championships or you're trying to do better, or you're in a series like our K&N series here at Extreme and trying to move up, the best thing you can do is practice and understand you got to be patient and let the track come to you, and you just keep racing that track and not the guys around you.
And it will come to you there, John. I guarantee it will.
I'm going to
Absolutely. But the lights are off again. We're going to be coming back to green here.
Green flag, green flag.
Pace car's off, green flag is out. Andrew Mraz on the throttle there. That outside line, he's got the 55 of Davey Hendricks behind him. He's got the 3 of Roman behind him and the 8 of Gonzalez up on that high side now. They're almost single file.
Nick the foreman there, he was doing better than that earlier, but I was watching him in practice. He was having trouble in practice with this track.
Some people may be pushing it to see what they can or can't get away. Oh, we got a huge pile up.
Lordy, lordy.
There's a bunch involved with that, but the 41, the 32, 29.
Brandon Fries.
Oh, you might go to the 13. That's who you're looking for.
I got them all right here under a blanket.
Yeah. You'll see why I say that. I don't want to give it away before we watch a replay.
Ooh, that was, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, what's bad about it, looked like there was some net code there between the 41 and the 13. At least from my perspective of it here. Well, some net code between the left front and the 41 and the right rear of that 13, but in a terrible, terrible spot for everybody else here.
I tell you what, that 42, his car is tore up. Eric Driggins, he's having a hard time tonight.
There's net code between the 13 and the 41.
Yeah, he has. And listen to the admins, they are calling it a net code issue, so that's what I expected anyway from what I saw. So that's terrible when you see a huge incident takes people out from, net code, which is just, I always say net code is avoidable if you give each other room, but at a track like this, that's kind of hard to do.
You ain't gonna be able to give them too much room on track. It's small there, John. Yeah, I seen that. It wasn't net code because he wasn't nowhere near him, was he?
Yeah, they had plenty of space there, but for whatever reason, sometimes net code is just a problem. That's not necessarily iRacing's fault. It could be anything, people's connections and all kinds of good stuff. So
I don't think they're going to ever get that took out of the equation.
I don't know anything about computers other than how you turn them on and how I get to iRace and how you cut it off. So I have no idea how they do any of that.
I got a black.
I think it's pretty amazing that we're even able to do what we do and how realistic it is enough. So, hey, if there's a little bit of net code, that's just going to have to be a problem,
Yep. You ought to do what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'll pass on that one.
Oh, Lord, yeah, I'm getting used to it now. I tell you what, John, when I first started, it wasn't easy.
Yeah, and I used to call races with Joe. He would handle all that, and I just got to sit here and do the talking and all that. So it's a lot easier to just do this. But I enjoy racing, though. It's a lot of fun, and that's part of why I kind of just started racing so much more. And of course, I spent a lot of money on stuff too, so that didn't help.
I heard that.
I figure if I'm gonna drop the money on everything, I may as well do it.
I've kind of done a couple of upgrades myself with my computer on this broadcast and all. I'm gonna have to do another one here pretty soon.
Yeah. Lights are off. We're going back green here. Andrew Mraz in that 21. He's sitting up front. Or Nicholas Vroman is first. I apologize. He's in the lead. He's on the outside. As he gets going here, he gets a start as he's a leader. He gets lane choice and can restart when he wants. Got the 21, 55, and the 8 of Gonzalez on the outside.
That's what he wanted to see back there, but he wanted the 21 involved in that, and it didn't happen.
No, it didn't. 21 right now is fighting him hard on that inside. Coming up, pinch him a little bit right here. Vroman, had to lift a little bit right there to let him out in front of him because you got to have that momentum working for him. But here comes that 8 of John Gonzalez.
Now he's going to have to, Nicholas is going to have to pertain to him now.
Yeah, I think Gonzalez right here, he's just trying to see what these guys are doing. Now he takes a duck down to the inside here, see if he can get this drive off. He pushes up right there. He's not going to get it. Now here comes that 55.
Yeah, that 55 there, Davey Hendricks is, he said, no, we ain't going to do it this time.
Yeah, you see that outside lane is really working. As long as you hit your marks, do everything right, you're going to get the drive off. As 55 gets around the 8, the 8 was just stuck on that bottom. You can't get the drive off. You can't get back to the throttle. And we are under caution.
Under caution again. Is that Darren?
I believe it's, let's see. Let me go back and look for see anything.
That's my fault.
The 13 was involved. Oh, yeah, 13.
13, this is your second incident. You will receive a drive-through penalty.
Jody Fabiak. Annie. He's been in several of them tonight, ain't he?
Yeah, that's his second incident that he has caused, so he'll be getting a drive-through penalty from the admins for that.
Yep. After the race starts back, he'll get a drive-through. Next one, he'll be gone.
Yeah, I mean, really, that was a 94 car? Yeah. So the 13's on the lead lap. The 94 is Scott Brooks, showing him 26 laps down. Looks like some just needed to be a little more patient racing around him there and knew that he was going to get around him instead of possibly now, ruining his race is going to put him a lap down, maybe two.
Why in the world that many lap down car get in there anybody's way? I mean, you see a car coming, get out of the way.
Well, he's on the bottom lane. That's where they're supposed to be. That's where the 94 should have been. 13 just need to have a little bit more patience there and, get the drive off straightaway there and then go around him. But that late in the run, the 94 is exactly where he needed to be on that bottom lane.
Okay, we are coming up on we are halfway, John.
Yeah, 101 of 201.
I see Andrew Moraes stayed out, him and Nicholas Foreman and Davey Hendricks, John Gonzalez and Cody Fabiac. I guess that's the way you say it.
I think it's Fabianic.
I don't want them
something like that.
I don't want them to get mad at me because I'm I'm a dumb country boy, Or
Fabianic, I think is how you say it. But either way, we'll get an E for effort and understand that we're not trying to insult him or anybody else by butchering their name. But hey, we're trying.
Oh no, ain't no way I would do that. I mean, everybody on here knows that.
You've been calling me Wimblish for about a year now. I just kind of deal with it.
What is it?
Wimbish.
Wimbish.
Yeah.
Hey, you kidding me?
No, I've just been letting you say it wrong for like a year.
I appreciate the heck out of that, John.
Oh,
you got Joe White to thank for that. Joe has been calling you that too.
That happens. Well, normally I've never run it up front for it to matter. I've just practiced a lot this season, so now I'm kind of jacking with y'all.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah.
Can you pronounce my last name?
McBrayer.
McBrayer, there you go.
All right, lights are off.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go back racing here, ladies and gentlemen. Cab to him, buddy.
21, Andrew Moraes, and the 3, Nicholas Roman, Davey Hendricks, and John Gonzalez. There goes Moraes in that 21. The 55, Hendricks is going to follow him. Roman doesn't get a great start, but he does have that high line up there. Here comes Gonzalez in the 8 to the bottom.
Yeah, Gonzalez come up behind him and gave him a little love tap there and told him, let's go, but it didn't help him.
No, right now these guys, the last thing they really want to do is get side by side. So right now they're single file. Davey Hendricks, though, has done a really great job so far tonight. He's been up front this whole time, working his way up through. He looks very patient, and he doesn't seem to have a whole lot of damage just on the right rear of that car, just a little bit.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I tell you, Moraes and Hendricks right now are putting down some really good times, and Moraes is doing a great job, and right now he's starting to drive away from Hendricks a little bit, but the 55 could be saving a little bit just to see if we get a long run here, because we've had so many cautions. The attrition level, normally it takes care of itself, and you get a huge green flag run.
Yeah, if we can get a good run in there, we can get this race on towards the end. I think Andrew Moraes right now, he knows where that line's at, John.
He certainly does. I'm telling you right now, we got a good race battling going on right here between the 55, the 8, and this 3 car. And the 8 is looking just on the outside here, trying to keep that momentum up. And here he's going to go. Maybe he's going to get it right here. And Vroman's sitting back there in the 3 car just waiting to figure out where he needs to go.
Yeah, look who you got coming up behind him. William Martin there, too. He's in 5th. They got to worry about him in a minute.
Yeah, he's just trying to be patient right now. Let these guys get this figured out. It's the best thing he could do is just keep driving where he's at and understand he's still got a ways to go here.
Yes, we do. Oh boy, that 8 got out of shape there just a little bit. You gotta watch this track.
This is where you got to start driving out the front windshield, not so much in the mirror.
Yeah, just forget about them mirrors.
You could take a look just to make sure, but if you start mirror driving, you start messing up. You miss your spots on the track, your marks. You start turning slower lap time. So you got to focus up and know where you want to run at. Keep that guy behind you.
Yep. When I first started, Rick Donaldson turned my mirrors off. He said, "Don't be looking, don't drive through the mirrors." He said, "Drive out the windshield." And he said, "You got a spotter tell you when something's around you."
Well, if you have a spotter, yeah, that's very helpful, but not everybody does.
I always had a spotter there, John. Rick made sure of that.
I'm sure he did.
John,
Man, I tell you, Perez is just pulling away with it right now. The 8 and the 3 are on top of each other here. And the 3 of Roman just waiting on this 8 to see if he's going to use it up or make a mistake. Got the 55, 37 right here. Looking to see where we got some action on the track, but right now everybody's doing pretty good.
uh-oh.
Just trying to get some green flags in.
Somebody just lost connection. You see it? Number 3 car is disappearing, or something going on here.
John, number 8 car, we're going to need you to give room your
Number 8 car.
of the
Yeah, I was sorry, I was listening to the race admin. Yeah, his ping is very high right now, so.
Yeah, you're starting to return back to the road.
Yeah, I was watching him in there. All of a sudden he left. I said, "Well, okay."
And drivers, there is not a single driver that
Yeah, we still got this battle going on between the 8 and the 3, and the 3 starting to creep up on that 8 a little bit more. 3 car of Roman's in the 3rd place. Gonzalez in the 8 car running 2nd. Gonzalez does good if he comes off that high line like he's supposed to and he doesn't mess up any. But Roman's just sitting there waiting for him to make a mistake.
How many laps down is Michael's weight? Is that 5?
He is 21 laps down.
Holy moly. That ain't good. Yeah, there they are. That's bad for him.
Oh, 8 car finally makes a mistake. He puts himself in the wall. Just went up there and just brushed it a little bit, though, but was able to keep his spot in front of that 3.
He got tired racing by himself, didn't he?
He started that mirror driving I was talking about.
There you go. They look like they're doing pretty good now. John Gonzalez is real high there. We got Nicholas way low now. He got to watch that low line. It'll bite him. Andrew Mraz is in another zip code there, John.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, we've got a caution out. And it's the 13 car.
Again, bless his heart. He's had a hard night. Let's see if I can find him here.
Hey, Tim, check your settings on your computer there because the admin is coming across the broadcast. That race admins are coming across the broadcast.
Oh, we need to cut them off, don't we?
All right. After further review, there was contact for the 1342. 13 initiated contact. That is the 13. That is the 13th third incident, and the 13 is parked in the night.
Yeah, the admin. Yeah, I hear it. I'm trying to figure out here.
13, just go ahead and pull it on pit road. It's your lead.
Copy that tire.
Yeah, he's coming across the he's coming across with the cars.
All right, let's see what we got here. Go back to the front. All right, Mraz is pitted. We'll see where that puts him here as they cycle around. So we'll wait and give you the rundown here as we had some guys pit.
John, I had to get out to cut him off, but I'm not going to do that.
No, you don't.
I'm trying to find it here.
Go to your the speaker on the bottom right hand of your computer and right click it and see if it'll open volume mixer, and then see where iRacing is and just cut it down.
I'm looking. I can't get my speaker to come up. Is it annoying now? Or is he pretty loud?
No, I think everybody can hear it. I've had a couple people message me about it. So.
Well, I can't get my speaker to come up for some reason.
All right, so the field cycles around here. Got the 12's multiple laps down along with the 46 of Justin Walters. Justin Walters is only 1 lap down. That'll put the 21 of Andrew Mraz back in the lead. Nicholas Roman at 3 will be second. John Gonzalez third. William Martin fourth. Davey Hendricks fifth. Dylan Mirando sixth. Josiah Strauss seventh. Darren Clement eighth. Adam Novak ninth. And Edward Morris rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, y'all bear with me just. I don't know why my speaker won't come up.
Lights are off on the pace cars that go down the backstretch here, and Andrew Mraz will be bringing to the green.
Bam on, Bob. I'll be trying to figure this out.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. Mraz gets on the loud pedal there, and he's got the 8 behind him on the bottom lane here. Bottom lane will work good for these guys on brand new tires. Right now that 3 is going to be trapped up there at 55. Cuts him off. 3 crosses him over. Tries to come back on the bottom of him.
Yeah, Davey Hendricks come up under him when he did that, didn't he?
Yeah, a little crossover action there from these guys with brand new tires. Makes you feel like Superman.
For real.
But all that is stuff that Mraz and John Gonzalez, they want to see that, but Mraz especially out here in this lead, and he's just starting to yard these guys right now and pulling away, but we'll see if Gonzalez has anything. Gonzalez looked like he did a lot better over the long run, but we'll see. Mraz wants these guys to race. He wants that in his mirror.
Yes, he wants to see that because it'll get him a little bit further out to the front.
Yeah, right now all these guys behind him are just single file, one behind the other. We know they won't stay that way long, but you don't want to keep racing each other so much here and take all the good out of your tires. And that's, I think we saw a lot of that earlier, was guys just not being patient enough and using up the tires very, very early on.
For real. I tell you, I can't find it, John.
Okay. I don't know what else you could do to try to, unless you got a mute button or you pull up the radios, like how you hit your F buttons, or if you got a button box for your radio, you could go to that and just click that off. But I don't know if you can do that while you're broadcast.
No, we're going to have to let it ride this time. We're going to have to make sure they're off next time.
Yeah, Tempo.
But we got a good race going there, John.
Yeah, we do, right? I've got that 32 with Darren Clement back here. I'm watching him trying to use this bottom lane here to get around DJ Miranda in that 27. It's just not quite working for him, and this is the part of the race here. We get a few laps on these tires, and this inside line just does not work, and you can't get the drive off.
No, at 37, or it looks like at 37 got the line down on the bottom now. Will Martin.
He does, but for some reason he went to the bottom and gave them the top lane, which lets the 32 go around, and that's 4th position.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Maybe he just wanted to be patient and not use the stuff up. You never know. So.
Well, you can't never know about that, huh?
Oh, we got some trouble here. The 41 slow. Looks like he had some trouble coming out of the corner there, and his car is really beat up.
Brandon Ketchum, yeah, he's our points leader too.
That's not going to be what he's looking for. You're trying to lead these points and maintain that gap or try to grow a gap. You don't want to be out here tearing your stuff up, but it's Bristol. You take it and move on.
Yeah, got to take it with a grain of salt there, John.
You got to understand the track you're at sometimes. It's going to be good or it's going to be bad. In a track like this, you just got to take your lumps and go on. So,
boy, I tell you.
Now we got Nicholas Vroman right now in that 3. I'm watching him in the 55 of Davey Hendricks trying to run down Mraz and Gonzalez, the 21 and that 8 in front of them. But both these guys know, especially Vroman, I know, that you can't get up here and race with this 55 and start losing so many spots. But here he goes down to the inside of the 55. He might clear him. You know he's going to get pinched on the bottom, and he loses it and slams the inside wall.
I'll be doggone. I've seen that.
Wow. No grip on that bottom end right there, and that's just a case of him trying to stay in it and get that run and not give up that position. But again, may have been better off just lifting, falling behind that 55 and trying it again.
He's been doing that all night there, John. He'll learn it. You gotta teach you let up in them turns.
That 55 really had him trapped up there. The 55 knew he was going to have a run, but a little bit of a take there from both drivers and no give.
Yep, it was. It was. I hate it for him.
The inside lane here can really fool you at times because you get a run on a guy and you think you're going to have grip coming off and you don't. And then if you hit the exit wrong, the car wants to push with you and do so many different things. And you just get trapped on that bottom, and over the run, it's just never the place to be.
It sure ain't. Not getting trapped like that. You'll use them tires up, and you're gonna have to watch that apron too.
Yeah, about the only thing you could do, and I've seen guys do it, and I have done it, is try to diamond the corner off. You enter it high, and you sweep it down to the bottom, and then come back off high, and you try to pull a slide job on a guy. But then if you slide job and a guy that's on the outside lane, you got to hope he doesn't have enough momentum to come up and hit you, or that he'll have the sense of mind to not be dirty about it and ram you.
That's right. Pat, I will talk to Hunter after the race, and I'll let y'all know next week, okay?
Right now out front, we still got Andrew Mraz controlling this thing. He's done a heck of a job tonight, I got to say. And one of the drivers here in our K&N series at Extreme that, we've really been watching, and he had a tough first half part of the season there, and he's really practiced a lot, got some help from another driver here at Extreme, and it's really helped him out, I think, and he's doing a terrific job and really improved a lot.
I'll tell you what, for the damage on the back of that car, he got that right at the start too, didn't he?
He did, but that's one of those things that it doesn't necessarily, kill your car either. And he's had, so many caution flags, that we've had chances. Those are all chances to go in and get your damage fixed. So, if you keep bringing out cautions, all you're doing for a guy that's fast and has damage is letting that fast guy get his damage fixed, and he's going to be even faster now.
For real. Well, John, you know what we're gonna be next week?
I don't off the top of my head, but I can look it up.
Sonoma.
Oh, yeah, there you go, yeah. We're going to be there in the trucks tomorrow night.
Yep. I'll be there with you tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to some road course racing. Said with sarcasm.
Oh, it don't hurt. I mean, we're not ABC or NBC or nothing like that.
Hey, that's right. It don't hurt when it's sim racing. When I hit something, yeah.
That's right. Sonoma, a lot of laps at Sonoma this year.
Yeah, it's going to be tiring. I can tell you that. It's a whole lot of lefts and rights and shifting and all that good stuff too. So I don't know. It's a challenge, man. I've kind of gotten. It's kind of growing on me a little bit. You know, if you're going to have to race there anyway, you may as well try to do the best you can. So that's the way I look at it. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, watching these guys, I tell you, Davey Hendricks is third.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, caution is out.
Well, that's unusual.
A caution is unusual.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just making a funny out of that.
Yeah. Cautions at Bristol are.
Man, there's a lot of
I'm
them.
looking to see who involved, but I really don't know. I don't see anybody on the track.
I don't know who it was. It ain't showing it on here neither. I haven't heard Hunter say nothing. Huh.
I wonder if it was the 3-car, because Nick Vroman was running up towards the front, and he disconnected.
He sure did. That's what it was. The disconnect and got in trouble. That's bad for his part. Yeah, he's gone.
That explains why I can't figure out where it was at.
Yeah, we got them all coming in the pit there towards you there, John.
Absolutely. We're on lap 167 of 201, so getting down to it now. These guys are going to need tires, and, you know, hopefully this will be the last caution we've got, and we'll see some green flag action here and what these guys can do. But I tell you, Andrew Merez in that 21 has done a heck of a job tonight.
Yes, he had. Uh-oh, I got the hiccups. Sorry about that.
All right, drivers. After further review,
That's why it would help if you lived with a monster. You would never get hiccups.
Always be scared, huh?
Yeah.
I ain't got nobody here but my big brother with me. Sometimes he scares me.
When you're in there farming and you get too loud?
No, he comes in and throws a bag of potato chips down and it scares me. I don't see him. He'll sneak in here and open the door and throw them potato chips down on my desk, and it scares me. We're going to see if 41 has what it takes to get back up there. Now, he's a lap down, though. He ain't going to get up there no time soon, is he?
Yeah, 41 of Brandon Ketchum. He's a lap down. 42 at Driggins is a lap down. So, got 10 cars on the lead lap. So, Andrew Mraz, John Gonzalez, Davey Hendricks third, Dylan Mirando fourth, Darren Clement fifth, William Martin, Josiah Strauss, Edward Morris, Jerry Glenn. Nice to see him back up there as he's had to start through the back and work his way up. And Adam Novak is 10th.
Josiah Strauss is back up there too in 7th. He's regained his.
Yeah, he's made up some stuff tonight. Been in a couple things here and there, but doing a great job. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going back green.
All right, drivers, we have some good.
Oh, damn.
Let's finish it out here. Let's go green these last 30 laps. Let's get this race done.
Won't be long, it'll be over.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, we have a green flag here, John. Sorry about that. We got Andrew Perez up front. John Gonzalez is right behind him there. We got Davey Hendricks down under him. Dylan Mirando right there. But we got a good enough right up front.
Yeah, absolutely. We see that 55 of Davey Hendricks right now trying to make it inside work. Goes back to the outside. Now here comes the 37 underneath those guys trying to make it inside lane work. Or 32, I'm sorry, 32. Oh, and he gets sideways. Him to 55 barely touched. He spins around in front of everybody. Everybody so far did a great job of missing the 32 with Darren Clement there, as he just had just minor contact there with the 55 racing for position.
Yeah, he just got a little bit too close to Hendrick, and lost it.
And as I was watching it, that's what I was afraid of, was that those guys were going to be pushing it like that. The car will push with you. If you're the guy on the bottom there, you've really got to, know your limitations of how far you can push that thing. So just minor contact, and nobody else got caught up in it, and didn't hurt the 32 any.
Well, John, that's what practicing does for you. It lets you know when to let up and not.
Absolutely, yeah. You do that, and like a lot of myself and some other guys, we'll get together and we do our own laps and we figure our own stuff out and we share ideas. But then we get out there and we actually race each other so we can see what the cars do over the run, and we know what they do on fresh tires. We know how bad it's going to push, or if it's going to be loose, and where it's going to work, where it's not going to work. So many things that you can really figure out about this, and the cool thing is it's a simulation, so you can do this every day. And if you do it every day, you're going to constantly get better. It's not like having to get track time in real life and you got to make the most of it, in that hour or two that you have for practice. You can do this all the time, and the more you do it, the better you're going to be.
That's right. Practice makes perfect. That's what I've always heard.
Yeah, that's what they say. I think depending on what you do and how serious you take it, it pays off. So some people do this, it is fun. It's a hobby. But some of us are a little more serious about it, and we make the time or take the time to do practice and all that stuff, and got other things to do, work and jobs and family and all that good stuff, but you can still take the time to do this and do it right and get even better. And I can guarantee you it's a heck of a lot more fun running up front and being in contention for wins than it is finishing 15th, 16th, 17th, because I've been there too.
I know I have too, a bunch when I was racing back there. We got 22 laps to go there, John.
Yeah, we're getting down to it now, so we'll see how these guys are what they're going to do. I know Andrew Mraz would love to get this win here, and John Gonzalez, I think he's already got a win this season, but, it's nothing wrong with stacking some more up there. DJ Mirando in the 27, back up in third, so it's good to see him there. And Eric Driggins has made his way back up inside the top 10 after having some incidents here early on.
Yes, he does. I tell you what, John Gonzalez is right there in second, like Dylan Mirando there. He's had his problems tonight, and he's back up in third. I'm telling you, we're going to get ready for a shootout right here, brother.
Yeah, it's going to be good, but it's going to be tough to see. I don't know if anybody's got anything for that 21, unless somebody comes up through here that we just haven't seen, or if the 21 does something crazy. We've seen other people spin and slam the wall, and when the pressure gets on at the end of this race, when you're fighting for the win, that's when you got to keep yourself calm and focus and hit your marks, and not get too worked up about it, because it is a game after all, or simulation, whatever you want to say, so you're not offended. But, you still can get, your heart rate gets up. You get it's intense, and you get worried about who's behind you and if they're catching you, and so much goes through your mind. You just got to calm yourself down, take a breath, and get back at it.
Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. The 21 takes off. He's got the 8 to 27, 55 to the outside, and they're 37's on the bottom.
I just don't think nobody, if Andrew don't mess up, I don't think nobody got nothing for him.
I think it's going to be tough to, we'll see. We've got a long enough ways to go here that anything could happen. It doesn't take much to mess up here at this track.
You got that right. It don't take just a split second.
And right now, again, everybody's still single file through the whole field just about. Not a whole lot going on anywhere with these guys, but they're just trying to make up the time that they can, and the only way you can do that is to stay single file, and hopefully the guy in front of you will push or make a mistake, and you can make up these spots on the racetrack.
For real. You'd think they'd already start racing there with just a few laps to go.
Yeah, Mraz right now is doing great. He's just taking off with it, but right now we got a pretty good battle here between the 27 and the 37. That's Dylan Miranda in the 27, William Martin in the 37. Right behind the other, and the 37 just keeps poking his nose out there, trying to take a look and see what he can do, but so far can't make anything stick.
Well, he's looking there once in a while, just like he's doing right now. He's peeking, but he's coming back.
They just can't get that drive off down there. Up to the high side's where you got to be, and the problem with that is there's only one lane there, so you got to hope that guy messes up, or you got to go up there and give him a little tap and get him out of your way.
For real. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on ExtremeMotorsports99.com with the K&N Pro Series. I appreciate everybody in the chat coming in here tonight, and we still got a few more laps to go. And I want to give a shout out to Sim Speed Shop tonight. All your racing needs is simspeedshop.com. You get everything you need in iRacing.com tonight. And I tell you what, we've had a ball here tonight, John.
Yeah, we've seen some really good racing here. Seen some strange things happen. Some guys spin out. We've seen some net code, but a lot, most of the things that you expect from Bristol, I think you've got here tonight. But tell you what, Andrew Mraz is checking out on this field right now, just pulling away, as he's about a half a tenth faster than everybody else.
That's right, and I want to say something else here. If y'all like what you see, subscribe and like. If you don't, like Joe said, there's a down button there. I don't like them buttons, but anyway, we enjoyed you coming in and saying hi. I'm picking up a lot from Joe, ain't I?
Yeah, don't ever give them that up. If you don't like what you see, here's a thought: just move on with your life. It's not the end of the world.
Don't hit that down button. Just go on.
Yeah. Oh wait. Anyway, back to the racing here. Oh wait, we got 10 to go. Andrew Mraz is still pulling away here, but now John Gonzalez in that 8 is pulling away from Davey Hendricks in 55.
He got Dylan Miranda back behind him. Davey Hendricks has. He's gonna have to contend him and Martin Williams. William Martin, I'm sorry.
There's a lot of space between everybody. Right now, the closest cars are the 32 and the 7, which is for position. That's the 7 cars in the 7 spot, the 32 trying to take that 7 spot away, but he's on the bottom, which we've seen all night long has not been the place to be unless you're on new tires.
Yeah, Darren Clements is trying to take it away from Edric. Oh, they got
it pushed up there on exit. As to be expected there. You got to back that corner up if you want to try to get that thing to drive off.
Boy, he did. He come up there and bumped him a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, just a little bit there, but he lifted and gave him what he needed there, and he'll sit here behind him and see if he can't get back up on his rear end here in the next lap or so and try it again.
That's right. Well, John, we got 6 more laps to go.
Yeah, and everybody up front is just checking out. I tell you, Andrew Mraz has done a spectacular job here tonight. I'm very impressed by what he's been able to do here. And like I said, is what he's done, all season long. Started out as a guy that just had, some rough times and, tough times. And he's just gotten better and better. And he's taking everybody's advice. He's listening to people that know what they're talking about. And he's willing to learn. And that's what you got to do. You got to be willing to learn from other people around you. And he's doing it, and he's just proving it week after week that he's getting better.
Yes, he is, John. And I tell you what, you've been doing good in yours, too, because you've been coming in second place for 2 or 3 weeks there.
Yeah, I've done okay. I've got a third, a second, and a third, and a second. So, or second, third, however you want to look at it. But anyway, I've had some good stuff going on, so looking forward to the rounding out our season here at Extreme in the Truck and Xfinity Series, and it's been a lot of fun, as all our racing is, and none of it's possible without the guys here. And the 55 puts itself in the wall. Oh. That's going to give the spot to the 27. The 55 now going to fall in line, but he's got a whole lot of damage now.
Andrew Mraz is on his last lap there, John.
Yeah, he is. He has done a spectacular job, as we said here. And that is going to do it.
Yes, he did, and that's a happy young man right there, buddy.
That's a heck of a job by Mraz tonight.
Yes, it is. Let's see who the top 10 is tonight there, John. Okay, let's get the results.
All right, drivers, remember all cars must be parked in their pit stall except for the winner.
Okay, you want to run them down for us, Bubba?
Certainly will, yeah. First place, we've got Andrew Mraz. Spectacular race by him. Lots of laps led tonight. John Gonzalez second. Dylan Mirando third. Davey Hendricks fourth. William Martin fifth. Darren Clement sixth. Edward Moore seventh. Jerry Glenn in eighth. Eric Driggins ninth. Adam Novak in 10th.
Man, what a race. I tell you, it's been a good one. John, can you bring up the top 3 in here?
Yeah.
Please do that for me. I'll get rid of that official result. Okay, you take the second and third, and I'll do the first one.
All right, I gotta still get 21. Where is he at here? There he is.
All right. Brandon Ketchum, it's over with you. Ain't glad there. We hear you there, Brandon.
DJ, is John Wimbish in the booth. You get a copy, bud?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good, man. A little rough night out there for some of you guys, battling back and forth here to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front. Tell us a little bit about your race tonight.
Man, that was easily one of the wildest races I ever been a part of. I told them boys about halfway through, I said, man, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how many lives I have left. Just barely squeaking through wrecks, getting in wrecks and not getting a lot of damage. Can't thank my guys at Apocalyptic Motorsports enough, getting on the radio and saying, hey, wrecking here, go low, go high. Without that, I probably would have got tangled up in more of those, but just a lot of net code and guys, trying to get every spot they can before the cutoff, and I came in here with the attitude I just needed to keep it clean, and I was probably going to be safe, and after all the bad luck I've had past couple weeks, especially with fast race cars and leading to most laps, it feels good to come back and get a podium.
Yeah, definitely help you with your points battle there for sure, and good teamwork there by your guys helping you out, because it helps a lot to have people in your ear to track like this to tell you where to go. So I know you're looking forward to the upcoming races. I don't know how you feel about Sonoma.
Watkins Glen, yeah.
Watkins Glen, yeah.
I think that's another track you're just going to have to keep your nose clean and be patient until the very end. Have as clean of a car as you possibly can in the last restart, and you're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, 10-4, bud. Well, man, congratulations. Third place spot. That's what you needed. Good points tonight. Take this one here and move on to the next one. Anybody you want to thank out there?
Yes, sir. I want to thank Anarchy Customs. They pay the bills over here most of the time, and if you need any dirt, street stock, late model, modified work, Greg Beach is the guy to call. You can find him on Facebook at Anarchy Customs. That's about it. My Apocalyptic Motorsports teammates. They, like I said, all week practicing, and during the race they helped me out so much. Couldn't do it without them.
All right, DJ. Well, good job, buddy. Hopefully we'll talk to you again next week. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Hope to be back.
John Gonzalez, is John Wimbish in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, Mr. John Wimbish. What's going on?
Man, I tell you, I was really impressed by your run there tonight. You and Mraz both stayed up front for the longest time, and you just started to yard people, just pulling away from them. Tell us about your race tonight, and how this is going to help you out in the points.
Well, first off, congratulations to Mraz. It's a good win for Downforce Motorsports. My car it was pretty good all night. Mraz, obviously he was the class of the field. I was doing my best to catch him there at the end. We started, we kind of started behind the 8 ball, so to speak, coming out of turn 2 on the first lap. We got put in the wall and got damaged for a whole race, so that wasn't too good. But we fought back, and I was just doing everything I could inside the car to make that car rotate and turn because it was getting tight center. But we came out second. I don't know if it's going to help me in the points, but just going to sit and wait and see.
Yeah, I'm looking at the points right now. Starting this race, you were 13th, 6 points out of 12th. So it's definitely gonna help. So we'll just have to see how much it helps for sure, man. But a great job by you. Anybody else out there you want to thank tonight, man?
Big thanks to Michael Mueller for letting me come over to his house and use his computer. He races in the Xfinity Series. You've probably raced around him a couple times yourself. So big thanks to him and Davey Hendricks for making the cars for us, for me, Mraz, and himself, and Downforce Motorsports altogether.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad he was able to help you out like that. So
yeah,
I've raced with him a bunch there. So all right, John, congratulations on second place, man. I hope it works out for you in the points deal and you can move on.
Well, I hope so. Thank you, John.
All right, John, bring Andrew Mraz up and let me get a talk with him. Andrew Mraz, this Tim McBride in OSRN booth. You got a copy?
I do, Tim. How are you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing great there, Andrew, and I believe you are too there, buddy.
I am. It's exciting. First win of the season here.
Man, I tell you what, we watched you dominated this one. I was a little frightened there to start with when you got that dent in the back there, but that daggum dent, I believe, held you down, didn't it?
I believe so. I believe it added a little bit more downforce on the back tires there, and I think that's what helped me grip better.
I heard that, man. I tell you what, you've been doing a good job tonight. I seen you led a lot of laps tonight. I haven't looked at the thing there, but I'll tell you what, Bubba, you got anybody you want to thank?
I do. I want to thank L. Bryce Whitson Jr. for helping me, coaching me, how to different racing lines, being patient, all that stuff. He's been a big help to my racing, and I feel like it's shown today in the past couple of races as well.
Yeah, well, you've done a good job there, man. I wanted to say something there. I believe that I said it was at Sonoma, but it's at Watkins Glen next week, ain't it?
It is Watkins Glen. Sonoma's for the trucks.
That's right. I got them mixed up there. I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, you have a good one there, Andrew. And, man, I tell you what, you done a good job. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again next week.
Hopefully. And, baby, I'm in the chase.
Yes, you are. I'll tell you what there, John, we had a good night tonight. Andrew Mraz brought it home in first place there, buddy. I'll tell you what, that guy, I guarantee you, he is really smiling right now. And everybody from ExtremeMotorsports99.com, the OSRN booth, good night. And we'll talk to y'all next week. And John T. Wimbish, I'm sorry. Let me cut him off there, John.